With the football season winding down, attention is set to turn to the summer transfer market and all the big money wheeling and dealing. The Premier League's transfer window is now officially open, while it's June 9 for France, July 1 for Italy and Germany, and July 2 for Spain. As always, there is a selection of elite players who are now out of contract or entering the final weeks of their deals, and whose future remains up in the air. Here are some of the leading players across Europe on the lookout for a new challenge in the weeks ahead. Related articles. Previous one. The next transfer news live. All the latest moves from the Premier. Imagine having Cristiano Ronaldo and Thierry Henry, Marco Silva to replace disgusted Big Sam at Goodison Park. Manchester United consider transfer bid for £30 million rated. Share this article. Share 12 shares. Goalkeeper Pep Reina, Napoli. Right parenthesis. The veteran Spanish goalkeeper has kept 18 clean sheets in 36 league matches as Napoli have mounted their most sustained crack at the Scudetto in several years. Ultimately, it proved in vain as Juventus secured their 7th successive title last weekend, but Reina, 35, emerged with his personal reputation enhanced. It looks likely he'll make the move to Milan, but nothing has been confirmed as yet. Defense. Giorgio Chiellini, Juventus. Right parenthesis. Regarded as one of the finest defenders of his generation, Chiellini is, at the age of 33, entering the twilight of his top-level career. Or is he ? Though his Juventus contract is about to expire, he could yet remain at the Italian champions, or could well find himself at another of Europe's leading lights. He has been linked with Chelsea. Chiellini, who has played 38 matches this season, shows little sign of slowing down, and he will be hoping to sign a contract extension after 417 matches and 13 years at Juve. Andrea Barzagli, Juventus. Right parenthesis. The other half of Juve's formidable central defensive partnership. 37-year-old Barzagli has been in talks over a new contract since January. Though all likelihood is that he will sign in the end, Juve have been surprisingly content to allow his deal to tick down in such a way. Barzagli has been involved in 37 matches for Juventus this season, proving that his aging legs aren't much of a hindrance as yet. Kwadwo Asamo, Juventus. Right parenthesis. Completing a Juventus defensive trio is left-back Asamo. The 29-year-old Ghanaian, who has had limited Serie A and Champions League appearances this season, has been linked with Inter Milan in Italy, as well as Premier League sides Everton and Tottenham. Asamo has played it cool all season, insisting he hasn't been thinking about his contract, but decision time is fast approaching. Midfielder McCann, Liverpool. Right parenthesis. Sticking with the Juventus theme, the Italian champions have been chasing Can, who looks set to depart Anfield after 4 seasons. Any potential deal for the 24-year-old German midfielder is likely to be confirmed after Liverpool's Champions League final against Real Madrid on Saturday week. Suffered a blow when he was left out of Germany's World Cup squad this week, but that will at least keep his mind clear to make the right move. Marouane Fellaini, Manchester United (after 5 years at Manchester United, the love him or hate him figure of Fellaini looks likely to be moving on this summer. An injury-plagued season has meant a continuation of his bit-part role at Old Trafford, though Jose Mourinho does seem to want to keep hold of the Belgian. However, Fellaini has been outspoken in his annoyance that United didn't offer him a contract extension sooner, and Milan are among the interested parties. Yohan Cabaye, Crystal Palace The French midfielder, 32, played his part in lifting Crystal Palace from relegation certainties to Premier League survivors, but is out of contract next month. Though he is expected to hold talks with the club over extending his 3-year stay at Selhurst Park, Cabaye could be tempted by a new challenge elsewhere. Palace, for their part, are keen to tie him down. The 4 offers come in given his important role in Palace's survival under Roy Hodgson. Jack Wilshere, Arsenal Wilshere has enjoyed a very good season, staying injury-free and showing glimpses of his best form when playing for Arsenal, mainly in their EFL Cup and Europa League runs. Despite such a disrupted career, the 26-year-old still has plenty to offer, but it remains to be seen whether that will come at the Emirates Stadium or elsewhere. The Gunners have offered Wilshere a deal on reduced terms, but he may be tempted by the promise of more regular football at somewhere like Everton or Wolves. Yaya Toure, Manchester City The Ivorian midfielder leaves a shining legacy at Manchester City as he bids farewell following 7 seasons and 3 Premier League titles. Though 35, there are many who believe Toure could still perform in the Premier League, and there are certain to be offers. But with probably just a couple of years left in him, Toure could seek one final hurrah in Major League Soccer or the Chinese Super League. Forwards Fernando Torres, Atletico Madrid It's been a frustrating campaign for Torres, who has scored just 8 goals for Atletico Madrid despite 44 predominantly substitute appearances in all competitions. With a real struggle for game time on his hands, the 34-year-old former Liverpool star looks certain to leave and pursue a fresh challenge. At least he ends his time at Atletico on a high note, after making a late cameo in Wednesday night's Europa League final win over Marseille. Mario Balotelli, nice right Balotelli has enjoyed 2 revitalizing years on the south coast of France, scoring 26 goals in 37 games over the last season and steering largely clear of controversy. But the Italian looks likely to move on as his contract expires, and, despite all the baggage, there probably won't be any shortage of interest. Balotelli will be available on a free transfer from July 1, so brace yourself. On the bench are the players whose contracts have run down and who could be on the move this summer include Max Mirosaki, Porto goalkeeper Iker Casillas, PSG midfielder Hatem Ben Arfa and Fiorentina's Milan Badalj. Related articles. Previous one. The next transfer news. Live all the latest moves from the Premier. Imagine having Cristiano Ronaldo and Thierry Henry, Marco Silva to replace disgusted Big Sam at Goodison Park. Manchester United consider transfer bid for £13 million rated. Share this article. Share 12 shares.